All right, welcome back to our continuing coverage here on Big Rock TV of the 24th Annual Kelly Wagner Lady Angler Tournament. I'm pleased to be joined now by Bill McDaniel from the Sunbrella Company.
Sunbrella, yes.
So, Bill, first of all, tell us what you do for Sunbrella, and then tell us, and then the microphone is yours. Tell us some more about Sunbrella. So, what do you do for Sunbrella, Bill?
Well, I'm actually the product manager for Marine for the Custom Fabrics division, which is where Sunbrella lives, and also the Southeast sales manager.
Okay.
And I've been with Glen Raven for 26 years now.
Yeah. So Sunbrella is a part of something much bigger, it sounds like.
Well, the parent company is Glen Raven,
right,
and Sunbrella is the brand that falls out within Custom Fabrics under that parent company.
Now, is the Sunbrella product, that's the outdoor marine related product, correct? Where else do we see Sunbrella?
Well, actually, you see Sunbrella obviously in marine, in bimini tops for cushions on the boat, inside or out, inside the home. It's a performance fabric, so it's suitable there and certainly outside around the patio.
Okay, all right, great.
Awnings as well, I have to mention that.
Okay, oh yeah, no, this is your chance to say everything you want to about Sunbrella. And obviously, we're on behalf of the Big Rock Tournament, thank you for your sponsorship. We're not only are we delighted to have you here today, but we're delighted to have Sunbrella with the Big Rock Tournaments as a sponsor.
Well, we're happy to be here.
We're here, as I said, we're here in the Sunbrella Dockside Studio.
Yes, indeed.
I want to talk to you about getting some panels here, so let a little air through. So we'll talk about that a little later.
Maybe cut a few holes in there.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah. So let's talk about Sunbrella operating in the marine space, in the boat space. I know the inspiration, the winner from 2014's Big Rock Tournament has the product on it, but let's talk about how your product works in the marine space, particularly in the in the boating environment.
Yeah, well, I think the answer to that is tied into the entire brand promise that's around Sunbrella. It's performance, it's durability, it's usability, it's all those things. If you think about it, when you walk down the dock, one of the first things you see is obviously the lines of the boat, but oftentimes and sometimes the first thing is your eyes drawn to that splash of color, if it's a bimini top or if it's an enclosure. And, our commitment is to produce a product that stands up to the elements and stays looking good, refreshing over time. And, that whole brand promise is also around the warranty behind the product. If we can touch on that, the warranty is a total 10-year warranty. And we also have a 5-year caveat in there. Within 5 years, if something happens, we have up to $65 a yard available to help replace the fabric.
Okay.
If something happens in that second 5 years, then we replace the fabric 100%.
Now, as a boat owner, one of the things that just drives me crazy is that little pink stuff that shows up, on some of the other fabrics.
Right.
Now, tell us about microbial pinking.
Yeah, well, okay. It's an interesting factoid, I suppose, that there are over 900 strains of bacteria, mold and mildew, that can actually create this pinking phenomenon. And it's basically the microbe gets into the product itself, most likely in the cushion. It feeds and then it manifests itself onto the surface.
Okay.
Oftentimes, UV light will kill it if you uncover it. It'll make it go away, but unfortunately, over time, it does stain the product, and you just can't get rid of it at that point.
Yeah. Let's go back to some of these colors. I'm thinking about some of the boats that I've seen recently. Do you make the stripe stuff too, or is most of your product just one solid color?
Oh, no. Certainly solids are a big part of it, but honestly, in the last several years, the furniture side of the business, again, whether it's at the home, the patio, or in the boat, is constructed.
Let's see some of the product.
Sure, this is actually a curated Sunbrella collection, and you can see you have the soft woven.
Yeah. Oh,
appeal.
yeah. See, I'm drawn to this.
Stripes.
Here's color and everything. some of the more striking boats that I've seen, it's like you see this tan stuff a lot is a hot color now. But some of the things that I've seen are, blue and white bold stripes or red and white bold stripes, things of that nature. So, yeah.
Well,
and Bill, this product can be used where is this is boating cushions. This is all just about anything you can imagine outdoor, correct?
Well, it is. We've seen Sunbrella fabric utilized as the centerpiece on a headboard. We've seen it obviously covering cushions, chairs, and even duvets and bedspreads, that type of thing.
Okay.
But again, the product it's Green Guard certified. Sunbrella obviously is, but it also is. It's off gas nothing, so you can put it inside or out.
Inside or out. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look. I mean, this is.
Oh, there's some beautiful patterns in here, and actually our design team, Tracy Green and her group have curated. You'll find these patterns in some of our other collections, but what we did is pulled the marine-centric products out.
How about that?
And paired it, and we'll talk about this in a second, but paired it with our New Horizon products. So,
well, let's talk about the New Horizon product.
Okay, great.
Sure.
This is extremely exciting to us. This is the first time in the history of the company that we've actually produced a product that is not a woven solution. Basically, it's in a vinyl class of fabric.
I hope people can see these.
We'll
some of these colors.
Some of the colors are vibrant.
Yeah, you can see this yellow. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
currently this is not a woven fabric.
This is actually a vinyl class of fabric.
Okay.
But what we did is we said, okay, if we're going to do this, we need to be able to brand it Sunbrella. That's the key thing. Mm-hmm. The second thing is it needs to answer actual needs that are relevant in the industry right now. If there are 10 things we have to get 9 of them is not going to work. We had to get all 10. As a result, it took more than a decade to bring this product to market.
Wow, how about that?
And when we did, we have a couple of things about it that are unique. One, the colors you see are actually the same class of pigment, and that's critical. That goes into Sunbrella. That's why we can actually mix and match a woven fabric with a vinyl fabric. So now you can, and it matches the top colors. So you can go from the bimini top down to the seating, down inside the salon, whatever, and pull the entire package together.
And that's really important.
That is, and it's very key.
You're spending that kind of money on that size vessel.
You want it.
That part. Yeah, how it performs is great, but how it looks is great too.
Well, let's get, if you let me step up 1 second here. We mentioned the microbial pinking, and this again is a key element to the warranty. The warranty on Horizon is 5 years, but we also have a 3-year caveat in there that says if it does anything, but if microbial pinking occurs, then we have a $40 a yard allowance up to be able to replace that, which is almost double what the industry standard is.
Now, how does one go about specifying Sunbrella to your bimini top maker, to your cushion maker? Right. How do you get to Glenn Raven's Sunbrella product?
Well, it's well known now. It's been out actually a couple of years. We're into a solid second year here, third year. And basically all of the fabricators are aware of it. I came down the Crystal Coast this week and visited with people I hadn't been able to see in quite a while because of the pandemic.
Sure.
And, everyone has it. They have the samples. All you need to do is go in and just say, I'd like to look at this Sunbrella Horizon.
Right.
And they have it for you.
Yeah, great. Let's talk about, cleaning. We've kind of bumped up against this a little bit. Cleaning this product outside is a huge issue. Right. How do you do that, and how does this hold up with some products? Is there anything specific you need to use to clean this product?
Well, let's go with Horizon first. Basically, most anything that gets on the fabric or the product, you're going to be able to wipe it off.
I was going to say
that's critical.
It looks like you could just take a damp cloth or something and wipe it right off.
But if you're fishing and you get the inevitable blood and guts and things that you get out on the water on there, and you can't clean it right away, you can use a water-based solvent, alcohol, or you can actually put bleach on it. Because of the proprietary top coat, that's on here. You can actually, it's bleach impervious. Okay. It's the only thing we recommend you don't do is use anything with abrasives in it.
Sure.
It's just, it's not really, it'll just dull the finish if you're not careful with that.
Right.
Now, as far as Sunbrella goes, if we want to go there, that's a different set of cleaning instructions because while this is wipeable, Sunbrella's cleanable. It's not necessarily wipeable unless you get to it right away. But on their website, sunbrella.com, we have a series of instructions on how to go about that. And what we recommend is a cup of bleach to a half cup of Dawn dishwashing detergent to a gallon of water. Soft bristle brush, put it on flat surface, scrub it down real well, let it sit about 15 minutes, and then rinse it really, really well. Once it's completely dry, the key is to go back with a product called 303 High-Tech Fabric Guard. And what that's going to do is bring the water repellency back. Because it's just like you imagine, it's just like waxing the boat. Periodically, you have to do that.
You have to do it again. Sure.
And instructions on how to apply that are online as well.
Right. But obviously, a very durable, high-quality product here.
That's it.
Both the Sunbrella and the Horizon fabrics.
And the Sunbrella Horizon, yeah, absolutely.
Certainly you're here promoting, the Sunbrella product. But tell us a little bit more about Glen Raven and Sunbrella and what you do in the community.
Oh, absolutely. Sustainability, we like to say we were green before green became a popular thing to be. We've always been conscious of our environment, of our utilization of resources, and how we are good stewards to the products we use and how we interact with our environments and the markets that we service. For instance, at our Anderson plant, where all of the Sunbrella in the Western Hemisphere is produced, we are actually landfill neutral, which is to say even everything that comes out of the canteen gets composted. It goes into fertilizer to produce seed and various plants that the wildlife preserve, which our property is larger obviously than the campus, but our property has a wildlife reserve on it, and so that feeds the animals that live there. The other thing we've done is in the last year or so we installed a solar array, which provides off-grid power enough so to turn the lights on throughout the facility. So if you consider the campus itself is about a mile around that facility, that's quite a savings for us. And we're doing that. We're carrying that philosophy, worldwide at our worldwide facilities as well. Other things. Obviously the community. We're active in the community. We're active in causes that are important to the markets that we service. That's always been a key element to Glen Raven's philosophy. And we also have a two-phase recycle program. One, we bring back post-industrial waste, and by that I mean if you have a fabricator make a top, any of those scraps that are left, they can send those back to us. We send it through a process called garnetting, which breaks it back down into a fiber form, and we can then turn that back into a product for resale. It's called Heritage. The other half of that one is we have a website, Recycle My Sunbrella, and the consumer can actually, at the end of the life cycle, send their product back to us. We send it out to a company that converts it into things. It may end up as a trunk liner for cars, or our filters, or just a variety of things. So those are ways that we continually try to again manage how we use our resources.
It sounds like you've got it all figured out from top to bottom.
We working on it.
Or somebody does. Somebody does.
Somebody did. That's right.
You sell it. Let somebody else figure out how to do it.
That's right. We'll just
I have no idea why the Big Rock tournament and Sunbrella have not gotten together before, but I'm glad that we have closed the loop on that, and it seems like a very natural fit for Sunbrella, the Sunbrella products, the Horizon products, to be here in Morehead City with the Kelly Wagner Lady Angler Tournament and the rest of the Big Rock. So Bill McDaniel from Sunbrella and Glen Raven, It's been our pleasure to have you today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, for your time.
You. No, thank you. We appreciate
beautiful
it.
products, the explanations.
We're excited about this opportunity, and keep a hole wet and the deck dry.
There you go. Yeah, somebody said you would end with something clever, and they were right.
I don't know about that.
So it's been our great pleasure now to have this afternoon to have Bill McDaniel from Sunbrella with us. We're here in the Sunbrella Dockside studio. It looks like it's might be beginning to rain a little bit, so I'm glad we got some good product here. So anyway, Bill, thank you again for being here. Thank you for your sponsorship, and best of luck with the products in the future. So stay tuned. We'll be back later today in the afternoon with our continuing coverage of the 24th annual KWLA from the beautiful Morehead City waterfront.